Hitler because they said Izzo is a dictator.
It's a disgusting comparison.
It's gross. But Michigan State fans shouldn't feel bad. They're not alone in this Hunter Dickinson deal. Listen to what Hunter Dickinson says about Wisconsin people.
Wisconsin, I mean, they're just...
At the light, turn right onto Northwestern Highway.
That's what it is. Sorry, they're just scumbags. Like, nothing I can say about Wisconsin is going to, like, fire up the matchup even more. So it's like, it already is what it is, but, like, yeah, he's scumbags. It's not like it's a one-sided beef where it's like Maryland, where it's like, I'm mad at Mark Hurson for not recruiting me, and like Maryland's like, they have no, like, the players have no reason to be mad at me. It's like,
by the way, they did try to recruit him. Maybe not as
heavily as he would have liked.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the okay. Now, John, we always talk about bulletin and all that kind of stuff, and you say it doesn't bother most players and things. It doesn't bother you at all. Hunter Dickinson was your teammate.
Tell him to shut up. But I would. Good. We don't need any of that. And I've always said this, and it's been well documented over the course of my career. You go out there, and as a football player,
tight enough.
You let your pads speak. You let your play speak.
Checking.
And nothing else needs to be said when the game is over. Before the game, you treat your opponent with respect. After the game, you treat your opponent with respect. Whether you like them or not, you treat them with respect because it shows respect for the game that you're so fortunate to be able to play. And how much of that, you listen to him talk about, the Spartans and their fans, and he gets a reaction from those others that are on the podcast. And then you hear him talk about Wisconsin. We've heard him talk about, Illinois before. But on that podcast, and you hear the response or the reaction from the others on the podcast, how much of what he is saying is simply to get a response from those on the podcast?
I don't think so.
I think there's some of that, which it does. I'm not giving him an excuse.
Right.
But that to me seems very silly to be in that environment saying things that, one, you're in trying to elicit a response from those that are in the room with you at that point, but you also, it's another lack of respect for the game, for your opponent, for your teammates that have to now go out on the court and back up the trash that you've been talking.
He just doesn't get. Maybe he does get it. He just doesn't care. All right, here's Heather.
All right, I'm going to tell you about a Detroit man who is facing numerous charges after he was pulled over in Troy, but was so drunk at the time he didn't actually know where he was at all. So this 41-year-old man was pulled over on New Year's Eve after police say he committed multiple traffic violations. He was driving in the area of DeQuinder and Long Lake Roads. And once he did pull over, officers said that the driver's eyes were really glassed over. They could smell alcohol in the vehicle. And when he was talking to police, the man admitted that he drank just a sip of alcohol before he got into his car. But then he also told the officers that he didn't realize he was even in Troy and he thought he was still in Detroit. And so afterward, of course, they got him out of the vehicle and he failed several field sobriety tests. And then he refused to take a breath test. So they said, you know what, you're coming with us. We're going to go to the Troy police lockup. And once they got there, he did have to submit to maybe some blood work and a breathalyzer. And you guys, his blood alcohol level, 0.33%.
Holy man!
The fact that he was even, to me,
that he had blood in his alcohol system?
Yeah, and could speak, I'd probably be dead. But anyway, as you can imagine, he's facing lots of charges, including operating while intoxicated.
Yeah, functioning at that level, it's not the first time. It's not the first night he's had a few drinks.
No, definitely not. The Eloise asylum in Westland that was once a psychiatric hospital is now being transformed into a hotel and restaurant. So it's a historic property. It's long been this hotspot for paranormal investigations. It had been turned into, there was a haunted house a haunted attraction where people can go in and walk through the property and do these paranormal tours and things like that. Well, now, like I said, it's going to be transformed into a hotel, restaurant, and bar, and also they are going to expand a haunted attraction. It's a $4 million renovation plan that it's about to undergo, and once it's completed, it's going to create several hundred jobs, which is pretty cool. I think it's neat. I've never actually been to it for the haunted house, but I've been to other things like this that were once these psychiatric hospitals. I mean, I think it's kind of cool. It's something I'd go check out for sure. I don't know. Kind of cool though that it's going to get a new life to it for sure.
Yeah.
On Thursday afternoon, during nominations for the Speaker of the House, Michigan Representative John James took some time and took a shot at the Lions.
We want to talk about people who can win. Well, I'm a Lions fan, and that's right. Look, I'm well acquainted with snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Y'all, we need to learn how to win. We need to learn how to take a victory.
Well, by the way, McCarthy's viraling Rod Marinelli right now. Is he 0-11? Who knows?
Lions fans! A woman was easily identifiable after her mask fell off midway through a robbery at her former employer. Police made the announcement on Facebook saying that the woman's arrest, they were talking about the woman's arrest, and they said sometimes cases close themselves. So police say this woman was wearing a black face mask when she entered the store that she previously worked at. She was armed with a handgun. She demanded cash from the business, and then she struck her former ex-coworker in the head with the gun. And during the assault, that's when her mask came off, and even her coworker was like, "Oh my gosh, I know who you are. I know you." And of course, everyone kind of knew who she was. She did flee the building after her mask fell down because she was so flustered. She left behind her gun at the store as well. And then, as you can imagine, she was arrested a short time later. But she was also arrested after she was caught shoplifting from another store. So, just another dumb criminal story. They're always great.
I love them. Love them.
Yep. Aaron Rodgers. Sounds like he's got a new girlfriend, you guys. There's rumors that he is now in a relationship with the heiress of the NBA franchise. He's apparently dating Milwaukee Bucks owner Wes Eden's daughter, Mallory. She was spotted cheering him on at the Packers game recently, and who knows? It's rumor at this point, but it could be true. I had no idea that he broke up with his other Blue of Earth. That supposedly, wasn't that her name? Blue?
Blue?
The witch, the supposed witch.
Oh, I didn't know.
Do you remember?
Well, I remember the
Vaguely.
one, before the 21 season. That was an actress, right?
Oh, yeah,
She was Mosley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea there was another one.
Yeah. This is the one in the off season.
Is this why he went to the sweat tent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I didn't know that they had broken up, but apparently so.
Okay.
Well, he was always at Bucks games anyway, because remember they showed him drinking beers all the time?
Yeah.
Now he's
So it sounds like
now he
he
gets his
must
beers for
know
free.
Mallory.
He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Heather. Our telephone number 248-539-9797.
All right, you guys, do you have any plumbing issues going on? Maybe a drain backup or a problem with your water heater? Well, stop searching and call Carter's Plumbing today. I want to tell you about them. They came to my house in December. They put together the plumbing for our basement sink system, and they did it just in time for our holiday party. So do what I did and go to callcartersplumbing.com today, and their licensed technicians will come to your home, and they're going to help you just like they helped me. And I'm telling you, they made it such an easy experience too, with great communication and transparency. I knew exactly who was going to show up, when they were coming, and how much the job would cost. So visit callcartersplumbing.com today and let them know that Heather sent you.
We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
Rise and shine with delicious morning deals like 2 for $5 breakfast. Choose from the tasty sausage McMuffin with egg, sausage McGriddles, or egg McMuffin. Any two for just $5. Breakfast hours only. Single item at regular price. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone, is the official fitness partner of 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey, one of the things people love about betting on the NFL is finding new player or game props that you like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook is you combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. Perfect for games this weekend. Find a quarterback, go over-under on passing yards, or over-under on points scored in a game, and combine it with a money line. That's called a parlay, and you can win big. Same game parlays. People like them. What I like most about the FanDuel Sportsbook app, though, easy to understand, easy to navigate, plus the odds boosts and specials they have every once in a while. When you win, you get paid fast. So, lock in your bet today on FanDuel. If you're new to FanDuel Sportsbook, sign up with the promo code Doug for your first no-sweat bet up to $1,000. That's promo code Doug. FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems, call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's to Prilosec OTC. Without Prilosec, I wouldn't be able to enjoy all this yummy holiday food. Speaking of, whoever made that apple pie, delicious. I just take one pill each morning and zero heartburn all day. So cheers to Prilosec OTC. Ooh, are those jalapeno poppers?
Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid that can cause heartburn, so you can enjoy the holidays. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Uses directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Picura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
That is the telephone number. Just saw this interesting thing. I'll pass it on quickly. The top 100 most watched United States television broadcasts, not just of sports, of anything, in the year 2022, top 100.
What, 98 of them are NFL games?
Close, not that many, but 82.
Oh, it's kind of down, actually.
82 NFL, 5 political programming.
Election year.
Yeah. 5 college football, 4 political programming, 3 World Cup, and you have the other ones, Kentucky Derby, and the Academy Awards.
Academy Awards, really?
Mm-hmm. 77th most watched television program according to this.
Huh.
No NBA, no Major League Baseball.
No, I mean, that's not a surprise.
No, but I mean, it's not a surprise now, but like, can you imagine 20, 25 years ago, you would never. Especially baseball.
No, probably not, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you would think that one of the World Series games, or, you know, especially with the year that they had, and it would have been hard to predict, like, which night Aaron Judge would have, you know, hit number 61 or number 62, but they, you know, you've got to believe that those were some of the fun games, or at least at times.
Yes. But by the way, Ian Rappaport has tweeted out, why is Ford Field in Detroit not available for possible neutral site AFC Championship game? Because he reported that it wasn't available. I'm told in mid-January they previously planned change out their turf going on. At best, they're the 7th seed and can't host a game anyway, so they'll use the time to improve their field.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm buying into that.
I believe it, but you could also maybe
postpone it
for a week or whatever if they needed to. But I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
No big deal. It may not even come down to that. As far as the Lions go, they do play the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. 248-539-9797 is the telephone. How many of you out there, if you find out that you're watching the game and Seattle wins and the Lions are out, is that going to change what you're going to do Sunday night? Now, for me, obviously not. I'm still going to watch the game anyway.
Yeah.
It's a job. I would anyway. Yeah, but I'm sure there are fans out there that, you know what, it's a late night, I got to get up and work early, I'll watch a little bit, and then I'm going to go to bed because they can't make the playoffs.
Well, I do believe there'll be a handful of individuals like that. There always will. But it really will come down to, I think, for most, the game itself. If the line, I mean, it's Green Bay. I mean, okay, enough needs to be said there. And then all of a sudden, if you get into the third quarter, you're like, you know what, I'm going to wait until halftime and then I'm going to go to bed.
Right.
And I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about, as the general fan. And then all of a sudden at halftime, it's 14 all. All right, I'm going to watch the first couple minutes of the second half, see what happens. Lions come out, they kick a field goal. All right, they're up 17-14. Maybe the Packers come down, they score a touchdown. Now it's 21-17. The Lions respond. All of a sudden, you get into the fourth quarter, you're like, well, I'm stayed up this long.
Right,
I might as well, I really think it's going to come down to how the game plays itself out as to how many people are going to be watching or continue to watch.
But it's interesting. I wonder, though, the people who are listening to us right now are probably going to stay up.
Yeah.
But how many of you think casual sports fans, kids, okay? Are you going to allow your kids to stay up to watch the game even if they're eliminated?
Yeah, it's the Packers.
I'm like, we'll see when it comes to that. If they're eliminated, we're going to see how the night goes. Look, if this thing turns into a Aaron Rodgers love fest and the Lions are maybe getting rolled,
right?
Heck, I might fade come third quarter.
Yeah.
But the plan is that the Rams are going to win.
Yeah.
And that this is going to be a winner-take-all to get in.
That'd be great.
And we're going to watch as long as the Lions are alive. Mm-hmm. Me and the boys, wife, Anna. Anna doesn't care as much, but she'll get into it a little bit. But she'll just love to stay up.
Yeah.
Now, they all go back to school on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's the first day of school back for a lot of kids.
For some kids, yeah.
We're talking about
going back to school.
Right, I know.
But 11:30 bedtime for especially 2 in elementary school might be a little rough the next day. But
for a non-playoff game, yeah.
Whatever. They're into it. I mean, come on, guys. Who's the first person you know of that said the Lions are going to the playoffs this year?
That's your son.
Yeah. My youngest son, Sam, walking out of the Packers game, said, Dad, I think they're going to the playoffs.
Turn
They
right
were 2 and 6.
Then the destination is on your left.
Sometimes you got to trust the innocence and unjaded minds like we have here, us media cynics.
That's right.
Are you going to gear them up for the game? You going to get them some new Lions gear so that they can cheer?
Not new, but
no. But you're going to have put on the Lions gear.
Oh yeah. I think we might do a little,